Hi everyone. It's been a little while since I've been here. We've had a very busy couple of weeks, and which is great. But today, what I'd like to do for you is a little reading using the Wisdom of Oracle card by Colette Baron Reid. Now, I've noticed for myself in the last 3 or 4 weeks some extraordinarily weird dreams, and I have a sense that there's something really big happening in the next month or two, and there's quite a shift of energy happening at the moment. So today I would like to focus on anything that we might need to be prepared for in the coming week. So as usual, I give them a little shuffle and we'll just see what comes out. I'm going to pull out 4 cards today and just see where we go with it. As always, they're just randomly selected in no particular order, and oh, thank you, that one falls out, just to see where we're going with it, and we'll see how things pan out. Okay, so the 4 cards that we've panned out first. Okay, so it's the Wasp card. I hope you can see that okay. Essentially what that means is be careful not to get stung this week. So in the week ahead, be mindful of your own anger and your own resentment of issues and people around you, or situations that are beyond your control at the moment. I put up a post earlier this week about not attending every argument that I'm invited to, and that's a mantra that I created for myself, because I found for many years I was very reactive to people as opposed to taking a step back and just letting them do what it is that they were doing. So this week starts out with just being really mindful of your anger and any jealousy and that of the others around you. So it may not actually be your own personal anger, but be very mindful of your tongue. Make sure that you're speaking your truth in a heart-centered manner rather than from any aggressive point of view or in retaliation for something that's happened to you. So that's an important key factor to keep in mind for this week, because once we've said something that we regret, you can't take it back, and the lasting impact that has on many people, particularly children, is phenomenal. It lasts for some people eternity, and it's something that's coming up a lot at the moment as well, with all the death and destruction that's happening in the world, with planes being shot down, and the world is just going a little crazy at the moment. So it's in particular importance that you yourself be mindful of your own environment and your own words, to make sure that you are not feeding energy into the negative situations that are in the world around you at the moment, whether that's an internal world or the external world. Just be really mindful. So the other card that just flew out of the handle was the dog. Now, I love the dog because he's all about loyalty, sincerity, and unconditional love, as most puppies are. So that ties in with what I was saying earlier about being mindful of your words, but being truthful and being sincere and loyal to your own self. Don't say yes to something if your answer is actually no. We make a mistake quite often in this lifetime where we believe that being nice is a good thing, and yes, to a point it is, if it's from a genuine place. But if you're being nice for niceness' sake, then it can actually backfire on you. It can make you feel very bitter or resentful because you're giving all the time, but you're not giving to yourself, and it can lead to feelings of feeling that you're getting taken advantage of. So with the dog, it's very important that you are true to yourself, that you honour your feelings, you honour your sincerity, you're loyal to yourself. Loyalty to self is more important than loyalty to others. So if you can maintain that loyalty and that integrity within yourself, within your heart, within your soul, within your mind, the rest of the world will follow suit eventually, and it will just make things a little bit easier for you yourself. So moving on to our next card. Okay, so this is the Wealth card. Now, this can have a few different meanings. Now, as we know, wealth is often associated with financial abundance. However, it's not necessarily the case. You can be the richest person in the world and not have a dollar to your name. What I mean by that is you have got a wealth of knowledge, or you may have a wealth of friends or family, or a wealth of passion and flair for something particular that you just absolutely love. It's a driving force. So that in itself is wealth. Now, the way that this is coming through for you this week is to be miserly. So, how do we define miserly? Are we talking dollars and cents, or are we talking about other ways of being miserly? Well, it's a little bit of both. We do need to watch our pennies at the moment, not to the point where we aren't allowing that energy flow in and out of money, but just being mindful that we're not wasting it on things to fill up a void. So we have an addictive personality quite often, where when we feel like we haven't got enough, or we're keeping up with the Joneses, or there's a void. And when we have a void on the inside of our souls, we often fill it up with food, or with attitudes. We shop, we gamble, we drink, we do drugs, whatever it is, anything that we can find to fill that void. So with the wealth card coming up, it's saying, it's a reminder to make sure that you're not just buying stuff to fill that void. So if you find yourself going out and just spending money, particularly if it's money you really don't have to waste at the moment, I would like you to just take a moment and check in and go, where is that coming from? What is it that I'm trying to do here? Why do I need to shop for something that I don't need? Why is it that I feel this void? And really be brave and be strong enough to go within, use the power of the dog so you get that loyalty and that sincerity, and really take a look at it. Make sure that what you feel on the inside is exactly how you are presenting to the world. Don't walk around in this world with a mask. People can usually see through it, and that can lead to other ramifications in itself. But more so, if you are lying to yourself, it's very difficult for you to find other people to come into your life that do not lie as well. So if you would like lots of truth and integrity, people with those qualities around you, it's really, really key to make sure that you yourself are truthful and integrity and sincere within yourself about what you want, what your desires are, where you want to go, what your beliefs are, etc. Don't be really mindful that you don't just follow the crowd, is the word I'm being told. Don't just follow the crowd. So, just because there's an end of financial year sale on, for example, don't go out there and spend money that you haven't got on stuff that you don't need. It's really important. The flip side of the wealth card, of course, is gratitude. Making sure that this week particularly you take stock of what you're grateful for. You can do that very easily by simply making a little journal, if you like. We've seen on Facebook, if you're on Facebook, we've seen a lot of people doing 5 days of gratitude, which is a great idea. However, gratitude is something that needs to be practiced more than just 5 days, but it's a good starting point. So it doesn't have to be anything major that you're grateful for, but being grateful just to wake up every day, even if you feel like crap, just go, wow, you know what, I'm alive today. I have now got the opportunity to get up this day and change my life. And that is something huge. That is an enormous thing to be grateful for. Quite often we fall into the, geez, I feel really tired, I'm really run down, all I could do is just sleep, and I totally understand that. I have been there myself, and it is particularly prominent when there is a big shift coming along, which is why I was saying earlier that there is definitely a shift happening, because a lot of sensitives, as I call them, so these are people who are very in tune with the cycles, very in tune with other people, very in tune all round. There's just, pardon my French, but there's just shit happening everywhere. We see it on a global scale through the newspaper and on telly, but you know what, there's a lot of shit going on inside as well for a lot of people at this point in time. So the wealth aspect, or that gratitude, is really important to ensure that you stay in that higher vibration and don't fall into the vibration of fear and lack, because lack is really just a perception. Okay, I know I'm going to have people arguing that, oh, well, I don't have anything. I get that, but it is still a perception. So if you want to change your situation, you need to change your perception. If you have a house, whether it's your own or a rental is irrespective, if you are living in a house at this point in time, if you have food on your table, if you have blankets to keep you warm at night, these are very important things to be grateful for, because you know what, there's a lot of people out there that lose it. So practicing gratitude actually boosts your wealth. So that's also the same as if you happen to be walking down the street and you find a 5-cent piece or a 10-cent piece on the ground and you pick it up. You know what? Don't go, oh wow, I found 5 cents, and discard it. Actually go, awesome, I found 5 cents. Thank you, because that helps open up the door for more financial abundance. I know that was a little bit hard and heavy, that particular card, but it is something that I'm finding a lot of at the moment, is this total fear factor, this total never going to get ahead, don't have enough. It's rampant at the moment out there in the world. So I'm trying to give you a little bit of a heads up to sort of just go, you know what, actually there is enough. And if more people believed that there was enough, if more people shared what wealth they have, whether it's a hug, a smile, you help someone with their groceries if you're in a position to do that, you buy their groceries for someone who's struggling to feed their family. I currently volunteer 3 days a fortnight at the RSPCA, and I do that because, well, for one reason it's good for me because I absolutely love animals, and it really brightens my soul, but it's that whole, you know what, there's a lot of people at the RSPCA taking great care of these fabulous animals that people are surrendering on a regular basis, and being as sensitive as I am personally to a lot of the animals in there, sometimes it's really heartbreaking to go in there and see these poor little four-legged creatures really just so miserable and so unhappy, and some of them have been treated very, very poorly. But you know what, they are grateful to have someone in there who just gives them a nice scruffle, just give them a little hug, a pat, a bit of attention. So that's just the one way that I like to give back to the community, because it's an important job, and so any little thing that you can do will reciprocate threefold back to you. So don't do it with the intention of getting something back. That's the wrong energy to put into it. Do it because you can. Do it because you want to. Do it because you know that by every single one of you doing your own little part for the world will improve. The energy of the world will improve. It will have no other choice but to improve. And the more people we can get on board with gratitude, the more people we can get on board with taking care of themselves, being truthful, being sincere, being loyal to themselves and others, the better peace has a chance of coming onto the world. So after all of that, the final card that's come up for this week is the Serpent card. Healing, knowledge, taking good care of yourself. So that really cements what I was just waffling about, in that that gratitude, that mindset, that helping others even when you feel like you can't. There is always something you can do. Audrey Hepburn once said that we have two hands. We have one to help ourselves and we have one to help other people. And I absolutely love that little mantra. I think she was an amazing woman in her time, and there are so many things we can learn from her. And actually Mother Teresa may have said it as well, one hand to help yourself and one hand to help others. So if you have a couple of hands and you have a smile and you have love in your heart and you can spare just 10 minutes, 5 minutes even, just smiling at someone, walk with your head up, don't walk with your head down looking at the road. Walk proudly, look people in the eyes, smile at them, just say hello. People underestimate the power of acknowledgement. And you may have some poor soul walking towards you who is so down on their luck that they just feel like they want to give up. And you could be that one person that changes their mindset simply by saying, "Hi, how are you today? Is there anything I can do for you to help you?" Okay, because it's really important that we get that sense of community back. It's really important It's really important for our wealth in life. It's important for our spiritual development and growth. It's also important for our own self-healing and healing of the planet. There's another saying I quite like. It's, be the change you want to see in the world. So at the moment, as I was saying earlier, we are bombarded with fear, and we are bombarded with death and destruction, and oh my God, the energy of the planet at the moment is so heavy, and the only ones that can change that is us. Okay, I know this is a bit of a heavy reading for you to take on board for the coming week ahead, so from the 26th to the end of the month, but it really is important, particularly now. We really need to all just band together, be our true beautiful selves, band together, work together, bring back a sense of community. Help your neighbours, help your friends, help the elderly, help the young, help anyone that needs a hand, because we do have two hands, one to help ourselves and one to help other people. So I hope that that's not too heavy for you to take in this week. Please be mindful of your words, please be mindful of your heart, please be mindful of the world around you, and do your part to the best of your ability to improve not only your own life, but the lives of others as well. I'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.